Mm-mm. Hey, hey, good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time zone you're in. I'm coming to you live from my personal page. Today I am Tiffany Quinones and coming to you live from California. I am not going to speak any death over the state other than I am so ready to move out of here. Anyway, I'm bringing a word to you today. Do you feel disconnected? It's time to connect the dots. I listened to something it was like a light bulb moment went off this morning. I listened to some amazing things. Something that was said and asked was basically, do you feel a disconnect? What is it that you love to do? What motivates you? What gets you out of bed? When your feet hit the floor, what is it that drives you to do what you do all day long, every single day? What is it that gets you out of bed? A lot of people, I don't know, can you answer that? Can you answer that and really be honest with yourself? So this is going to be a really short video. When she asked that question, when I heard the words, I'm looking at my notes, what's the disconnect? I put question marks around that. Whenever we go to do something, for example, in my own life, whenever I go to do something, I didn't realize that there has been a bit of a disconnect with why when I go to do something, I'm automatically hit with this like feeling of how things used to be. So I'll stop myself, I'll put on the brakes like a mule, you know, in a who doesn't want to go anywhere. And so I'll stop doing whatever it is I know I should be doing because there's like a disconnect. So why is that? So this morning I just wanted to bring just a little bit of a revelation. When you go to do something, do you feel disconnected? Do you feel like maybe something is standing in your way? Is it the same thing? Is it what is it that stops you from fully getting to where you want to go? What is it? What is it that is what is it that frustrates you? What is it? I think it isn't until we write it down and be done with it that things are just going to keep frustrating me. Like when she was talking this morning, I had light bulb going off like fireworks exploding, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the same thing. It's the reason why I didn't want to pick this back up. It's the reason why I actually stopped doing this thing. I'm not going to share exactly what this thing is, but God, he slowly brought me back to what it is I do now. And I really didn't want to. I fought. I didn't. And it's because I was frustrated with how things were, frustrated with the excuses, frustrated with things, that I would hear from people. And so I guess there has been a disconnect. So what drives you? What's your motivating force? What is it that fires your belly up when you start doing something? For example, when you talk to someone and they bring up an issue, are you fired up by being able to bring them solutions? Are you fired up by listening, by bringing them ways that they could be helped? I know for me, there's a lot of things that fire me up, and so sometimes though, if we're not really aware of what the disconnect is to what we're doing, we're going to stop. We're going to put the brakes on ourselves. And then it's only our fault, nobody else's. We can't blame anyone else for putting the brakes on. We can't blame anyone else for not hitting this head on and dealing with it. I see a lot of things and I hear a lot of things from people. I have a lot of conversations. And a lot of times people will halt right before they reach their destination, right before they reach the results that they want. So are you feeling disconnected? I pray that you can connect the dots this morning, today, with where it is you want to go. I'm just looking at my notes, and sometimes we just got to move out of our own way. That means We don't have to have all the answers. And even if we don't, oh well. We're not know-it-alls, okay? There's a lot of people I've talked to that come off as a know-it-all, and I'm like, let's just shut this conversation down. See, you're doing a lot of this, and I need you to do this. That's what I say to know-it-alls, because it's like, really? Is that necessary? I've come off like a know-it-all. I have. I've had to go back and apologize to people. But when you go to do something, I just want to ask, and then I'm going to go. Do you feel disconnected? Do you feel frustrated? Have you stopped yourself from going to the place you want to get? Have you stopped yourself from getting results? And then ask yourself why that is. Don't ask other people's opinions. Don't go on Facebook asking that question. You've got to ask that yourself. I had to ask that myself. I've had to get real with myself, and I've had to be completely honest. And you would be amazed. It's the same thing that gets highlighted to me every single time. It's the same thing. Like I said, it was the reason why I didn't want to pick up this thing that I have right now that is helping many people. I didn't want to pick it back up because I was mad, I was frustrated, I was done, I was tired. I'm like, that's it. But the more I stay focused on that, the less I am able to effectively, I wonder if I move this here. Here we go. Ta-da! Now I get it. It's like I'm looking down on the camera. So the more that I focus on what it is that I'm disconnected with, the more I focus on any frustrations, the more I focus on the reasons why I'm not going to do XYZ, the more disconnected I stay. And then I don't get anywhere. And then I don't get the results that I'm looking for. And people, I can't help people if I'm focused on me. So when we switch our focus, and it takes time. I have been doing what I've been doing now since 2011. Okay? It's a personal growth process, let me tell you. And and when you start this, it's definitely you won't stay stuck. You won't stay the same. You won't be the same. You won't be in the same place. And if you are, you got to ask yourself why that is. We can't blame anyone but ourselves for not moving forward. But it takes certain key people to turn the lights on for us, to bring us a revelation, to bring us, to help us to see the things. Because sometimes we as people can't see things ourselves, but other people can. And usually it's the people that have gone through the things and have made it, and they're victorious, and they got breakthrough in that area. So I'm grateful for the people that God has definitely connected me with, grateful for the people that He has definitely taken on a different journey. And you know what? It's okay, because I was just a piece in their journey. And if they're going somewhere else, I pray that they utilize whatever it is they were taught. That's it. So with that being said, I love you. I pray that this gets you thinking, gets you chewing on what motivates me, what frustrates me, what is it? Let me look at my notes. What is the disconnect? What do I make about me instead of other people? The moment we take our eyes off of ourselves, off of our issues, off of the things about me, the more we're less selfish, the more we can help people. Because then we won't be thinking about how much, people might frustrate us. We will be thinking of, you know what? I got to help this person. Because one more day of being sick isn't okay. One more day of living financial upheaval isn't okay. One more day of hating someone's job isn't okay. One more day of not having a job is okay. Just different things. So when we get the focus off of ourselves, it's amazing to what happens, and then people's lives can change. And I've seen people break through that barrier, and it's amazing what happens. Because then we focus more on helping people, like how can we help people, and then the motivation comes, and then the fire comes, and then you're not focused on yourself, you're focused on them. Like, who else can I help? That's how it works. So with that being said, I'm asking you to tag some people. Please share this video. If you're just now joining me, I'm talking about things that might disconnect us from doing the things that we love to do, or that we know we should be doing, that God has placed in our hands to do. So I shared some examples, even in my own life. Let me tell you, He is definitely moving me past that, because it's becoming less about me and more about other people. And that's a truthful revelation right there. And so it's not easy to come on social media and talk about all this stuff, but you know, we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. So if God can move me through this stuff, He can definitely move you through this stuff. Amen. I'm nobody special. I mean, in God's eyes, I'm special, but I'm not better than anyone. So let me just look at my notes real quick to make sure I didn't leave anything out. And so, last but not least, when you get to that point of it no longer being about you and knowing everything and all that stuff, then you can honestly look at people and you can say, how can I help you today? What do you need help with? You need help with health, finances? You want a better opportunity? You want some options to a better life? Do you keep them open? That's what happens, and then you can ask that. And if people say no, you won't be attached to the outcome. You'll be like, okay, I'm going to keep asking, because there are people out there that need what I have to offer. And with that being said, I love you. If anything I said resonates with you, message me. I love to hear testimonies from people of how they're moving forward, not how they're staying stuck, of how they're moving forward. And that's it. So with that being said, I've got some watermelon to eat. No, I actually need to get my workout in. I gotta take my, where is it? Gotta take my energize, and adapt, energize. So those of you who are like, what the heck is that? Well, I'm gonna tell you. You can navigate to your peak performance. You can boost your mood while preparing the body for additional physical stressors. This provides the body with important phytonutrients for hormonal support and for improved endurance with reduction of mental and physical fatigue. I feel a great amount of difference taking this. Energize prepares the body physically and mentally before an activity. It supports fat burning, activates the neuromuscular system, and elevates cellular energy production while helping build lean body mass. Does your product do that? I'm not here to, what's the word? Hold on. I am not here to promote anything. I'm just reading to you what makes me feel good, and this right here is amazing. So I actually would love to connect with you if you'd love to hear how you can actually feel amazing and much better, because let's face it, one more person facing any kind of illness to me is not okay at all. That's my purpose. Anyway, I love ya. Love to connect with you. If you'd love to hear more about what I just shared, if you're just now joining me, please go back and watch from the beginning. Also tag some people and share this, because you never know where people are at in their life. You just never know. Sometimes it just takes one encouraging word for people to have the light turned on. Sometimes we don't know that we're sitting in a dark room until someone comes by and says, hey, let me turn the light on for you. Let me tell you. So, I love ya. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.